STDs are something Blueface has denied dealing with for years. He once claimed they weren't an issue for him at all, even saying that despite what people thought, he was actually very selective about who he slept with. At the same time, he admitted that he had contracted STDs in the past. That statement didn't attract much attention when he first made it, but now people are looking back at it very differently. Because according to social media, Chrisean has finally reached a point where she isn't willing to keep protecting him anymore. Just when everyone thought the Blueface and Chrisean saga had finally come to an end, another explosive controversy has taken over the internet. This time, the accusations aren't about cheating, fighting, or another messy breakup. They're about serious health allegations that have left fans questioning everything they thought they knew about the relationship. The biggest rumor making the rounds is that Blueface allegedly infected Chrisean with an STD after getting out of prison. Some people are even claiming he knowingly exposed her because he was angry that she had moved on while he was locked up. Those claims have never been proven, but they've spread across social media at lightning speed. What really pushed the story into overdrive, though, was another question that started circulating. If Chrisean really did contract an STD while she was pregnant, could that have affected their son, Junior? That single question reopened an old controversy that many people thought had already been buried. Long before anyone started accusing Blueface, Chrisean herself was already facing criticism over her pregnancy. Much of that criticism came from inside her own family after her sister publicly accused her of putting Junior's health at risk. According to Teseki, Chrisean allegedly had chlamydia while she was pregnant. She claimed doctors warned her that delivering naturally could expose the baby to the infection and reportedly advised her to have a C-section instead. Teseki alleged that Chrisean refused. Those accusations immediately went viral because they weren't just another family argument. They involved the health of a newborn, and that's the kind of story social media latches onto almost instantly. People flooded the comments debating whether the claims were true or whether the sisters were simply exposing each other's private business during another public fallout. The argument reportedly started over something completely different. According to the stories circulating online, Teseki was upset because she wasn't paid for babysitting Junior. What began as a disagreement over money quickly turned into an ugly social media war, and before long she was revealing allegations that most people assumed would never become public. Once those live stream clips spread, the internet immediately picked sides. Some people believed Teseki had no reason to invent such serious accusations about her own sister. Others argued that family disputes often become emotional, and people sometimes say things they later regret. Either way, the damage had already been done. The allegations were everywhere. The controversy only became bigger after Jadine Alexis appeared to reference the situation herself. She criticized Chrisean over decisions made during the pregnancy, and many viewers took that as another sign that there might be more happening behind the scenes than anyone realized. At that point, thousands of people started asking the same question. If these allegations were true, where exactly did the infection come from? Interestingly, Blueface wasn't immediately blamed. A lot of people argued there wasn't enough evidence to point fingers at him because Chrisean had been living a chaotic lifestyle throughout much of her pregnancy. Critics pointed to videos showing her partying, drinking, smoking, and ignoring advice from people around her. They claimed it was impossible to know where an infection could have come from. Others strongly disagreed. They pointed out that Blueface was her boyfriend during that time and remained closely involved throughout the pregnancy. Since the two were in an ongoing relationship, many believed it was reasonable for people to question whether he played a role. The debate continued for months without any clear answers. Then another incident involving Junior brought everything back into the spotlight. During one of Chrisean's live streams, viewers claimed Junior appeared sick and even forced himself to vomit while the camera was rolling. Fans immediately became alarmed. Instead of ending the live stream, Chrisean moved him away from the camera and continued talking to viewers. That decision sparked a huge backlash because many people believed her attention should have been focused entirely on her son. Clips from the stream spread rapidly across TikTok, Instagram, X, and YouTube, with thousands of comments accusing her of ignoring obvious warning signs. The criticism became so intense that someone reportedly contacted police and requested a welfare check. Officers later arrived to make sure Junior was okay. Afterward, Chrisean explained that everything was fine and that police simply wanted to verify the baby's condition because of the anonymous reports. While some fans accepted that explanation, others weren't convinced. They argued that the welfare check wouldn't have happened if viewers hadn't genuinely believed something was wrong. For once, even some of Chrisean's longtime supporters admitted they understood why people were concerned. Instead of blindly defending her, they acknowledged that Junior's health should always come first, especially considering all the rumors already surrounding his birth. That's when many people began looking at the situation differently. Rather than seeing Chrisean as the only person responsible, they started asking why Blueface seemed to avoid the same level of criticism. If he really was the father, and if the allegations about an STD were true, why was almost all of the blame falling on Chrisean? That question slowly shifted public opinion. More and more people began wondering whether Blueface had escaped accountability while Chrisean dealt with the consequences alone. And according to the latest rumors, that may be exactly why she's no longer staying silent. Because if the internet is right, Blueface's alleged history with STDs didn't start with Chrisean, and she wouldn't be the last woman connected to him to raise serious concerns. And that's where Blueface found himself under even more scrutiny. This wasn't the first time fans had questioned his health. Months before these latest allegations, photos of Blueface showing bumps around his lips had already gone viral. Social media users immediately claimed they looked like symptoms of herpes, but Blueface shut those rumors down, insisting they weren't what people thought they were. Even after his response, plenty of people remained skeptical, and the speculation never completely went away. Then, the situation took another turn when his new girlfriend, Nivea, who is currently pregnant, reportedly received a message from a woman claiming Blueface had given her an STD. According to Nivea, the woman urged her to get tested and protect both herself and her unborn baby. Instead of putting everyone's concerns to rest, Blueface allegedly refused to get tested, and that decision only made the rumors grow even louder. Not long afterward, another photo of Blueface began circulating online after he posted himself holding a plate of food. Internet detectives quickly zoomed in on the image, claiming they noticed unusual marks on his fingers. Within hours, those pictures were everywhere, with people insisting they were signs of another infection. Of course, none of those claims were medically confirmed, but once social media reaches its own conclusion, changing people's minds becomes almost impossible. As more accusations piled up, older rumors resurfaced as well. Some people began claiming Blueface had been involved with multiple partners while he was in prison and suggested that could have been where he contracted an infection. Those stories have never been verified, but they spread quickly because they seemed to fit the narrative many critics already believed. Whether there's any truth to them or not, there's still nothing more than internet speculation. What makes this situation different from the usual celebrity gossip is that these allegations involve pregnancies and a child. That's why so many people feel the stakes are much higher than another messy breakup. If the accusations are true, then this goes far beyond relationship drama. But if they're false, it shows how quickly unverified claims can spiral out of control once social media gets involved. Meanwhile, Chrisean continues raising Junior while Blueface appears focused on moving forward with his own life. Many fans believe she's been left to deal with the emotional, physical, and financial responsibility on her own, while others argue that both parents deserve criticism for the choices they've made over the years. Either way, the relationship that once dominated headlines now seems beyond repair. As for Nivea, many viewers are hoping she continues putting her health first. Regardless of what people believe about Blueface, regular medical checkups are always the safest choice during pregnancy. And that's one point almost everyone can agree on. At the end of the day, it's important to separate confirmed facts from online rumors. Many of the biggest claims surrounding Blueface, Chrisean, and these alleged STDs remain unverified. Most of the conversation has been driven by live streams, interviews, social media posts, and personal accusations rather than official evidence. Until something concrete comes out, much of this story remains exactly that, allegations. But now I want to hear from you. Do you think Chrisean is finally speaking out because she's tired of taking all the blame? Or do you believe social media has blown this entire situation out of proportion? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, Don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out the next story, because this saga doesn't look like it's ending anytime soon.